Where you sit, what would you score the Africa Games 2023 that took place in Ghana? What's your rating?
8/10.
8 over 10. That's a pass mark indeed. Why are you rating the Africa Games an 8 out of 10 affair?
Because I think to a large extent, we were able to execute the task to the expectation of the continent. And you are looking at what we were supposed to do within the time frame we were given. We were supposed to provide the best of infrastructure to be able to host the competition. And if you are scoring that over 10, maybe you don't want to be a perfectionist to give Ghana 10 over 10. But on that score, you would be doing the right thing if you give Ghana 9 over 10, because I was able to watch the various competitions at various centers, and I did not come across anyone who complained about the facilities we have, except the South Africans who spoke about the hockey pitch.
That's right.
And so if you are marking over 10, and maybe you take out the issue of the hockey pitch, then you would say, for the rest, it's okay to give Ghana 9 over 10 per the infrastructure. If you look at organization, yes, a few things did not go as expected.
That's right.
That was to be expected, because, you see, it's a long time since Ghana held a competition of this nature. And you would also appreciate that once we were put in a tight corner in terms of time, we were going to face some difficulties. And that is why a few of the issues, we had to deal with them in the course of the competition. The media did a perfect job by bringing those issues up. Not many people were happy. And I always tell people that.
That's right. I mean, we were called, naysayers. We were told that we were being too negative, especially in the first week when, as you mentioned, there were some serious teething issues. For example, athletes didn't have the requisite vehicles to transport them to the places that they were participating in their sporting activities. Some of the sporting gear that was procured for some of these athletes were not fit for purpose. Some of the, the bicycles and so on and so forth, lighting issues, volleyball in La Boma. So those teething issues were definitely there front and center at the beginning of the games. But like you rightly mentioned, we were called names because we were highlighting some of these ills. But you say there was a recovery from what happened in the first week, enough to score Ghana an 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yes, there was a recovery. If you look at the fact that the sports minister himself came out to admit somewhere last week that there were earlier mishaps, and I'm quoting or using his words. He said there were earlier mishaps which were rectified. That is an allusion to the point the media raised, that there were issues that had to be dealt with. And I am happy to say that the ministry was able to deal with some of those issues to the extent that nobody was talking about those issues again. The focus then became the performance of the athletes and the Ghanaian athletes on the